Oh, it's on portrait. That's why. Rotate device. For God's... Now what? Now can I... How do I unlock that? Oh, for God's sakes. Okay, well, it's going to be up like this. So, hello, YouTube. This is my first attempt at live streaming. And I wanted to start off by saying, oh, thanks for liking, whoever liked that. That was quick. I want to start off by saying, hey, thanks for the subscriptions. You're awesome. I'm so happy. It makes me really... It's really satisfying to see that, although it's small, but it really means something to me that I have so many subscribers. I started out with no subscribers on my channel, and it boomed. I have now 1,800 subscribers, which is fantastic. Thank you, and thank you for watching and liking. I really appreciate it. Next thing I want to say is I'm sorry for the hiatus. I've taken a few weeks away from making any videos of substance on my channel, so I want to apologize for that. And during that time, nonetheless, I've still gained something like 200 subscribers, which you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And I wanted to get on live stream just because I haven't before, and I think it's a great venue because I'm constantly thinking of things that I want to chance for Raspberry Pi jailbreak NAND tutorial. I don't know about a NAND tutorial for jailbreaking on a Raspberry Pi. The reason is, if you watch the video on how I did it, I ran into an issue where the Raspberry Pi just wouldn't write using the TNC. So I don't think using a Raspberry Pi is an actual viable solution. I used it to take the dumps of the NAND, but I couldn't put it back, so I had to switch over to my Windows PC in order to do the write to finish up that jailbreak, downgrade, or however you want to call it. So no, I don't think I'll be doing a Raspberry Pi tutorial. I think that's the extent of the tutorial. My how-to is those little snippets of me doing that project there. It was just for fun. I picked up this Raspberry Pi. I actually traded that Raspberry Pi for E3 Flasher from this guy in Toronto. So, oh yeah, so where was I? I was talking about my hiatus there for a couple of weeks. I suppose I wanted to peg it on one reason, on as to why I didn't make any videos in the last little while, or why I haven't been very productive. But it is a cumulative factor, number of factors that led me to just kind of go a little bit introverted, uh, just to kind of save my mental stability. So, anyways, yeah, I just want to get back up here and just do a little thing, and I want to do more little things. I don't want to do big things all the time, and not as if my videos are any big productions. It's very basic stuff, but I want to be able to do more things, and include just everyday things that maybe I'm up to, or things I find of interest, because I think it makes me feel good when I could just get out there things that interest me. Like, for example, I'm at an art gallery and checking things out. I'd love to be able to discuss. I don't know what you do on live stream, but I just want to get more immersed, I suppose. Are you from Canada? Yeah, I'm from Canada. Right now I'm in Montreal. I'm from Sudbury, Ontario, as a matter of fact. So if you guys know where that is, it's the quarantine city in northern Ontario. It's a nice town. But right now, I'm a Montreal Toronto guy. Half half. So I I wanted to what do I want to do while I'm on here? I just, you know what? Here, have a look at the state of repair, disarray of my apartment. So this this is the result of doing nothing and being non-productive and being an introvert. I was moving some things into my apartment, and I got robbed. I got robbed on Friday, and stuff. Oh, I'm getting a poor connection. I'm hoping this is not going to affect anything. So it was tough. I spent a whole day sulking over the fact my cell phone was gone. Forget the money. Forget the other stuff they took. They took my medication, which is strange. Um, they took. I suppose if you're in there to loot, yeah, they broke into my place. Yeah, so I'm switching places here from this location because it's safe, but it's I guess it's too accessible. So yeah, that's what happened, and it happens. I'm more upset that I lost my S6 Edge Plus. That was a phone I took really good care of, and oh man, was I ever depressed about that. So much so that I couldn't do anything. Actually, for Saturday, I couldn't leave the house. I was just like so upset about it. So when one thing happens like this, it tends to happen sequentially. It's one thing and then another thing and another thing. So of course, if I was to keep sulking about it, I'm just leaving it open for some bad case scenario to occur again. So I want to get out of it as soon as possible. And these things happen all the time. It's better to let it roll off your back and take it with a grain of salt, everything. So in the past few weeks, I've been drawing and not drawing and getting upset when I'm not drawing. When I'm not drawing, I'm probably watching other people draw on YouTube, probably watching Peter Draws, he's turned out to be one of my favorites now on YouTube. And project wise, like I put all my projects on hold. Um, I guess sometimes it's hard to create. It's like I'm giving birth to something when I want to release a new project. It's really tough. It's really grueling work in order to create a new project. So I'm working on a couple new things, and I like to think about Da Vinci when he was working on his projects. Very often he would stop his projects and move on to another because he was an artist. As an artist, he was very aloof. He's working on something so hard. A lot of the time, they're commissions, and he would lose interest. He may have had interest in the beginning when he made an agreement as to how much he may be getting paid for his work, but then he's working on it so hard. He's put so much effort into it, and it ends up going in a different direction than he first anticipated. Then he moves on to another project. Whether it ate him up inside, like it eats me up inside when I leave my projects on the back burner, I don't know, but makes myself feel better that I'm not the only guy doing that type of thing. So I don't want to make this too long. A, because I started this in vertical cam, and that's awful. Who did I saw a dabbing granny live stream. A friend of mine showed me dabbing granny. Her, I don't know, her challenge there. She challenged herself on drinks and dabs. So I watched that, and I saw one of her lives. I caught her while she was live and she was doing a vertical cam. And first thing I said was, "Oh my gosh, you're doing this on vertical cam?" But you know, she's old. She's just figuring out YouTube. That many subscribers, I kind of figured that she might know what she's doing. But bottom line is just a little old lady on YouTube. Okay, so this is this one is just giving me this video is just giving me the okay, I meant to say I'm just getting my feet wet when it comes to this live stream. So if I go off on a tangent, you're gonna have to forgive me. And I really don't intend on keeping you or anyone too long. I just want to I want to just get out there, say something, feel comfortable with making a live stream because I actually want to be doing this more often. There's a lot of things that I'd like to be able to capture live. Yeah. So that's that. I was thinking about maybe starting another YouTube channel, just so I could do like different things, talk about different things. But people's YouTube channels change. Their tones change, the ideas change, and their contents change. So I thought, in the end, what difference does it make? I have a great following, and why should I give that up? You guys have been following me for a long time, and I've been working on this channel for a long time, so there's no reason to switch anywhere else. I hope I'm not getting choppy because I'm experiencing poor connections. So, what else can I say? Let's talk about the future because the past is really what I gotta let go right now. So, in the future, I want to say there's going to be a jailbreak for PlayStation 4, just to stay on topic of my channel. But anything that's released is simply rumors, and there's no reason for anybody to release anything publicly. If they do have a jailbreak, it's just going to get shut down, and the next time that there's a Sony update for PS4, it's just not going to be feasible to create a new one using that method that whomever releases it publicly. So for the time being, there's no PlayStation 4 jailbreak, so I can't really say too much about that. So let's say what is in store for the future. What's in store for the future? Oh, right. So what I've been doing is I've been doing some artwork. I've been drawing a little bit, and okay, let's flip through. I have some art right here, and let's kind of see what I've got. Oh, rotate device, it says. For God's sakes. So, what I want to do in the future, I want to, for my channel, I want to incorporate more things, like I'm doing right now. It's showing off my art, my ugly desk. Oh, my desk. Yeah, you don't want to see that. So, what I want to do is, I think I just said that. Oh, right. So what I was going to say is that about the artwork here. So, really, I was in a rut. This is my... Vivian drew this. This is her idea for 3D printed dress we were going to do together. What I've been doing is I've been doing some artwork just to keep myself happy. And I released some things on Redbubble because, what's her name? Mal makes? Anyways, this artist... Mal, she's fun to watch on YouTube too. So she posts her stuff on Redbubble, which I thought was interesting. So I started posting some stuff on Redbubble as well. That's Vivian's drawing too. I like that one. So yeah, Redbubble is a great place to sell my art. Another Vivian drawing. Sell my art, and I don't know, I thought it was fun because there was a lot of cool artwork you could find on there, and there's no real limit, or nothing is overly regulated. So I feel free to post artwork of, say, Transformers or whatever like that. Sci-fi. How come? Oh, jeez, that's why. And oh, thanks, Javier. Yeah, yeah. Mr. Martinez, do you pronounce the J? Javier? 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 Thank you so much. That's really nice of you to say. So yeah, I'm posting it on Redbubble. So I'm mumbling now because I feel like I'm talking to myself. So I'm not used to this. I want to get used to this. So yeah, Redbubble is fun. Nobody bought anything, and we're not getting very many views, but at least I can get it out there and potentially sell it because it's tough. It's tough to be an artist and sell. So why am I trying to sell my art, you may be wondering? Well, don't you have a job, Micah? Well, I do have a job. My job is dealing with electronics. I do repairs and mods and other things, like I develop electronic products, but work has been tough lately, and it is seasonal, sorta. It's not really seasonal. Everyone needs their electronics all year round and things repaired and stuff like that. But it seems to be that the slow months is, after Christmas, you got January, which is a slow month, and it's just how it is. And you grow accustomed to this. So if you're in the business long enough, you know how it goes. But it's been getting kind of tough. It's been getting a little bit tougher and tougher. Um, Partially because I started something new with an online thing. I was selling a lot of services online. For example, unlocks for phones. Things aren't physical, like a lot of digital stuff. And I was using PayPal as a payment processor. And the problem with that is I ended up having some opportunists as customers. And what ended up happening, because I wasn't able to provide a tracking number, I got a lot of chargebacks. And some of these services that I was selling were very expensive, and it cost me a lot. So my margin of profit was very little. As a matter of fact, the one in particular that I got a lot of chargebacks from, I think my profit margin was 5%. Yes, it was 4 to 5% profit, and that's not really much. That's really not much at all. So once those get charged back, and I've rendered the service for the customer, well, I lose all that money, and there was a lot of money gone. So it was really tough. So now I'm looking at other venues, um, without having to change what I do on a regular basis, without having to change who I am. Um, of course, it's always good to change, and I like to change it up. I like to do different projects. I like to do different things, but I'd rather just stick to my guns and just kind of clean up the process essentially, because I feel bad. I've started all kinds of projects, and a lot of them are just kind of sitting there, and I can't leave them all. I could put them on the back burner, but I can't leave them. I guess I'll pick and choose a little bit more carefully, and organize my time on where it all goes to which project. So that's what else? What else for the future? Future. Well, I really, I guess let's say I don't have a very great plan for the future. I kind of let things go. I have a very broad idea on where I want to get in the near future, but I don't exactly know how I'm going to get there. And especially now with the recent events, I I'm leaving it open to suggestion type of thing. So yeah, what else do I want to talk about? I want to talk about just I really want to get feedback, but this feedback, like, I want to know what I could do for my channel. I want to know what people want to see more on my channel. I kind of have an idea, but nobody's making really requests out of the box because I just really haven't been going out of the box. So I really want to get suggestions as to um, what some of my subscribers may want to see. Leave comments in the comment section below, or post right now in the chat. I know there's a couple of people watching still. Yeah, and thanks for subscribing. I love you, all my subscribers. That's really awesome. So, like I said, at 2,000 subscribers, I want to do a free jailbreak. So I'm going to pick someone at random from the comment section in that one particular video I posted with regards to that uh, raffle? No. What do you call that? Contest. It's not really a contest because there's no competition. Because anyone can enter. Anyone can enter. And it's at random who I choose. So, mm-hmm. What do you call it? A raffle, I guess. It's kind of a raffle. Not charging you. Yep. Looking at myself because I can see what's going on here. I'm thinking, oh man, I should shave. That's what happens when you hermit yourself for a few days. What else can I talk about? So this is gonna get viewed later, and I don't want to be controversial at any point in time. I don't want to say anything on my channel that's too provocative in any one direction. There's a lot of people doing that on YouTube, and it's kind of unnecessary. Just be yourself, and if you are provocative, that's you. But me, I don't need to be. So, um, that being said, yeah, I'll talk about it. So I want to talk about Vivian. I'm just gonna show you a couple pieces of artwork from her there. So Vivian is my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, on and off type of thing, and I haven't seen her in a couple of months. And so it was a funny scenario. We were had an on and off relationship, and she was a fun girl. We had a lot of fun together. But I don't know. I guess at one point I started becoming a little bit more focused on my work, and I would get her involved as well, and she would want to get involved. I would never force her to get involved, but she was getting involved as well. So it went from like a summer love type of thing to like, okay, we're looking at our future together potentially, and so when it came time to crack down, it was a little bit less happy-go-lucky fun stuff, but like, it's life. Life is life. You get used to it and you move on. You deal with it. So what ended up happening is there came jealousy. I don't know where it came from, but she began to become a little bit jealous. She's critical. She's spying on me, and but whatever. I suppose that's what any girlfriend would do. But it became to a point where it was like she could make up a scenario and be critical of me about it, although it's a hypothetical scenario. So it it was tough. And at one point, I lost my patience of having to explain to her, like, okay, well, it's just time to chill there, Viv. So I stopped responding to her, and I had to ignore her and tell her, listen, like, we just need some time apart. And it helped me in any case. I got to focus more on my work. I got some more time to do what I wanted to do, and but during this time, she took it as if like, oh, I never want to see you again, which I definitely that wasn't the case. It was I just we needed some time apart. It was getting there was a lot of tension going on there, and it was important that we both individually focus on ourselves. But you know, in that time, she allowed it to ruminate, and she became very aggravated over the whole scenario. Like, I guess she felt a little bit powerless, but sometimes you just need a break, and sometimes that's just what you need. So in that time, she developed an absolute hatred for me. Hatred. Like, she hates me now. And again, she's creating these scenarios in her head um, that I can't. No matter what I say, it's like, oh, you're a bad guy. You're lying. You're saying that to be manipulative or whatever. Whatever. So in any case, that's what I wanted to say is that, like, so we needed some time apart. Okay, I'm happy now. I really want to get back together, and it hardened her. That time away hardened her more. I thought it would give her an opportunity to just cool off and and think about other things, think about yourself, go for a bike ride, do something. Well, you're not biking in the snow like we have over here, but like go and think for yourself. Like, hmm, what can I say? That's that's life. What else? What else? So that's the past. That's the past, and it's a little bit humorous, and I think it makes for a funny anecdote. Like, listen, I wanted to do better for a relationship, but it ended up doing worse. But whatever. I think that's I think that is the ultimate. What's the word? Not downfall, but the ultimate weakness of a man is he wants to take me. I want to take care of girls. I want to take care of a girl, But the more effort I put into it, the more I focus on it, the more I think about it, the more methods I put to it, the worse I make it. I make it bad. You make it bad. Men make it bad. Just we think we're helping, but we're not. But the best thing to do is just take it easy, make it cool. I should take my own advice sometimes. Yep. Sorry for the vertical cam. Next time I do this, I'll start it off with it and it's not vertical, and I hope that'll resolve the issue. Poor connection, is it? I hope it's okay. Yeah. So, what else can I say? Oh man. So, one thing I do know about in the future, I'm going to TFCon in Toronto. That's the one thing I do every year. Every year I go to TFCon, except for one year. One year I was in Toronto. I was honestly 5 minutes away from the con, and my wife at the time, I don't know what her case was, but she said, "No, we're not going this year, Micah. You're not going this year." So I said, "Okay, whatever you say." I took her every year. She was, a doll about it. I guess she did have a little bit of uh, interest to not go that year. Of course, it didn't hinder me going, but I thought it was okay. He said, you don't want to go. It was a big thing for both of us, so we stayed behind, and that was the last year we were together. So I kind of regret not going to TFCon that year because it's the one thing I look forward to every year. It's like the one thing I do every year, and I'm really happy I get to go. So maybe this is a good time to say thanks to the volunteers and staff and Colin, especially the TFCon. You guys rock. And Chris and Ian, you guys rock too. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Am I missing anyone specific? The artists, you guys rock. And the fans, you guys all rock. So TFCon is my escape every year. That's something a lot of fun. For me, anyways. Not for everyone. So what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about nothing. I just really want to talk about nothing. And it's safe to admit that. I just want to be on live stream, be comfortable with doing live stream, and have people watch and comment. Or maybe just not comment. Maybe you could just throw me little likes. Throw me a little thumbs up. That's fun. I think you throw me hearts too in live stream. I think I've only seen a few live streams on YouTube. I've done a couple live streams on Twitch, but yeah, it's fun using OBS Studio because you get to put all that stuff in there and customize it. Whereas on YouTube, it's just a video. It's just me doing one thing. There's no real cutting to this camera, that camera. It's just I'm on. You're live. Vertical cam. To be honest, actually, I think maybe at this point in time, the state of my apartment, the way it's in right now, is probably better on vertical cam because now you're focused on me right here. And the problem is I'm holding my phone in my hand. I don't respect. I don't believe in money. Okay. Hmm. Well, I guess I'll respond to that. Let's start with the second part. You don't believe in money. Well, it's not like something you can or can't believe in. It's like not believing in bread. I didn't play the Nintendo Switch yet. No, I didn't play the Nintendo Switch. I watched a lot of plays on YouTube, reviews. Boogie 2988. I saw his videos on the Switch, and I'm not a big fan of the Switch. As a matter of fact, it seems like a very cheap console. There was a very little engineering that was involved. They probably had all kinds of plans for it. They had this in mind, they had this in mind, they had this in mind, and then when it came down to finally releasing it, it was like, oh, okay, we'll just release it with a cheap dock. without any thought put into it, because I see people like they're putting safety wipes in there in order to prevent it from getting scratched and things like that. So I'm although I haven't played a Switch, I'm not a big fan. Not very credible source of review, is it? Anyways, back to Lalaw's comment. You don't believe in money, so that's interesting because I had a conversation with my friend on the way to TFCon about it this past summer. So the idea is that money is a currency we use to trade. We use it um, to kind of keep tabs on our assets. Okay, maybe not. We need it. We use it to trade. It's just like, you want to you're a seamstress. Well, hem my pants and I'll jailbreak your PlayStation for you. That's it's not very far derived from that. The thing about money is money is a form of energy. When you work, you're giving out energy from your body. Your body utilizes energy. The In nature, the basic form of energy is adenosine triphosphate (ATP), and we use that in our bodies, and we bring it down to a reduced form of adenosine triphosphate, releasing energy, and that's just the most basic form of energy. And that's exactly what it is. It creates energy, and then we utilize that to do work, whether it's to haul lumber, whether it's to write um, journals, whether it's to edit newspapers. We're using that energy from our body, from our mind, or whatever. Like your work takes energy, and as a return, you get money. So if you think about it scientifically, money is a form of energy, and energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So when you work for something, you get that tangible money that you could then trade. So instead of trading a PlayStation jailbreak, which not everyone may want that, I would accept cash money, and then I can go and I could trade that at the local pub for a pint type of thing. Although at the local pub, I could probably jailbreak their PlayStation and get a free beer out of it, which I have done before. Yeah. Thanks, Christian. You're an awesome bartender. Um, so yeah, that's what that is about money. Money is a form of energy, and once you de-vilify money, you start to realize like it is a necessary thing in society. It may not be necessary that governments are have so much control over this money that they're able to tax it, but if they're the ones that are providing this money, that it is to an extent reason enough for them to tax um, for using that currency, for using that money. For example, it costs money to print this money. It's not as if, understandably, this money could be based on something. I don't exactly know what our currency is based on in Canada. In England, it used to be based on land. In the United States, it used to be based on the amount of gold they had, and also, as another factor, the value of gold. But in Canada, I'm really not sure what our money is based off of. Fresh water? How much fresh water we have? Well, a lot of that's leaving the country at an alarming rate to the United States. But I don't want to take sides here. So yeah, so money is just a form of energy. You need it. You need it to trade at a large rate. You were memeing. I don't get it. I'm 31 years old. I don't get memeing. What do you mean memeing? I don't respect women. I don't believe in money. You mean sarcasm? You being sarcastic? uh, to a degree, I knew you weren't being serious, but what's the significance? What's the relevance behind that meme? Maybe you can help me out with what memeing is. You know what? I think I get memeing. Memeing is a. I was thinking about it actually the other day, and it's another avenue. Yeah, of course there are memes. Oh, okay. Then were you doing a meme or a 4chan meme? So I was thinking about memes the other day, and I found memes to be the new, or not the new, but it's another way to convey um, satire. 4chan memes aren't really jokes, just plain irrelevance. Okay, I can handle that. But I was thinking that memes is like a way to convey satire, is a way to really express oneself. Like the way to express yourself changes over time. Like I can understand that the way my parents express themselves is definitely different than the way I express myself. Uh, it's like it's like new lingo. A friend of mine not too long ago advised me on how millennials are now saying things like low key. Low key, that was an asshole move, which is which is one way to convey like how you feel, your view of the world, and it allows people to enter to a certain degree into your shoes and see in your line, see through your eyes, for, to a degree. So memes, I think, is a very similar thing, and meme is just another way of expressing your what you feel and what you think, and how something reflects on you. Um, Meme. I was first introduced to the idea of memes. Oh, when was I introduced to the idea of memes? I think it was may have been Hideo Kojima's introduction of memes in the video game Metal Gear Solid 2. That was the theme of the game. The theme of the entire game was meme and the idea of memories being passed on. Yeah, yeah, I think it was Metal Gear Solid 2. And I thought that was really is really it was really something. Like the first game, the idea was genes, and this one is memes. Like you pass on these memories, you pass on these ideas and theologies and cultures through memes. But now there's this whole different kind of meme. Um, is it though? Is it different or is it the same? So this is kind of where I wanted to get. Now I'm just talking. I'm just talking loosely and openly, and I'm getting feedback, which is wonderful. Thank you so much. Although lol, you've probably left, considering I'm only getting 2 viewers right now, and I think one of them is me. But that's cool. This is my first live stream on YouTube, so I'm happy. It's worked out exactly as I hope, if not better. Oh, good, lol, you're still here. It's fun. I'm glad you like it. So yeah, bro. I was thinking, yeah, just to loosen up a little bit, because I get. Oh, okay, lol. Thanks for watching, man. Ciao. So yeah, I want to do this more often. It's fun. I didn't expect to stay on this long. I've already been on for 40 minutes, and time flies. Time does fly. Flies right by, especially when I'm getting older. Maybe I like to do some art. I kind of I kind of had an itch to do some drawing, as Peter would say. But I don't know. I think I could. I think I can get away with it right now and just go ahead and do it. Oh, the issue is I'm on vertical cam. Hmm. 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 How to resolve this? I could just shut it off and put it back on, but it seems like a lot of trouble. I may end up cutting the stream, and then I got to create a new stream, and then it's gonna be two different videos, and it's gonna be all like, oh my god, I gotta click on another video. But essentially, that's kind of what I'm doing, switching it up mid-video. Not like I'm switching out my videos, my channel. I'm switching this video up mid-video to Micah Draws, Venutech Draws. My name's Micah, by the way, in case I've let it slip maybe 2, 3, 4 times already in this video. I just go by Venutech. I don't know why. I made it up. Although someone here in Montreal took my name, so I've had this. I went by this name also for my business, and somebody here in Montreal took the name. Although I've had the name and it's been registered here in Montreal, which I found funny. I haven't found the place, but it's somewhere in St. Henry, I think. Venutech. One day I'll drop in there. It's not like they're in competition with me, I don't think. But it'll be neat to go check them out and see what they're up to. So, what else? What else? What else? What I would like to do is I would like to get this camera off my face because I'm just holding my phone and staring at myself, admiring myself in live stream. I'd rather get this camera off my face and I could talk while I'm drawing, while I'm doing something. No, I did this on purpose. I put this camera in my face so that I can get accustomed to this. Just doing a live stream, just picking it up from when I have a fart in my brain, and let those brain farts bounce around, and eventually it comes out my mouth and into the ear of YouTube live listeners and viewers and subscribers and those who will watch it later, those who may save this in a time capsule for a millennia from now. Yeah. Okay. You know what, for fun, I really have a bad mess in here, but just for fun, let's do it. Let's do a doodle. Oh, I'm getting poor connection again. I want to do a doodle. In order to do a doodle, I gotta go vertical cam. And not the sharpest pencil. Nah, let's use I'm sure I got something else. Okay. Well, kind of a bummer. I wish I didn't have to hold my camera, but I need a mount for this type of thing if I want to do a drawing video. So this is my first Micah Draws. This is my first YouTube live stream, and this is my first drawing live. And now I've got drawing block. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to alleviate that block by going free. I'm just doing lines. Have you guys seen the new trailer for that Ghost in the Shell movie? That was a fun one. Trailer. What am I talking about trailer? It wasn't a trailer. It was like a re-release of... it was like what we're up to in the filming. If I'm going to be doodling like this, I may as well be doing it in pen. And it is really difficult to be holding it, the camera, in drawing. Actually, it isn't. It's just awkward because I haven't done this before. There could be all kinds of shapes I put in here. But I don't know. I'm just doing like a Peter Draws thing. A happy little circle in there. I didn't want to get that line so close. Oh, nothing's like humming when you're doodling. Somebody told me, who was it? It was my ex-mother-in-law. She told me, was it her? Yeah, she told me, when you whistle, of course she's very superstitious, when you whistle, those are spirits invoking you to whistle or hum. And they may not all be benevolent spirits. They may be things that are trying to evoke things in the physical world. But I never believed that. I would never believe that type of thing. But that's me. Those are my beliefs. Doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean I know anything more about the supernatural or paranormal activity than the next person. It's just a belief. And those are things you believe in. Or not believe in. Not money. You don't believe or not believe in money. Money exists. And I think I let Lol know that. Because he called me a bad name. For letting him know how I feel about money. I really just responded to a statement. He asked for it. And lol, if you come back and watch this video later, thanks for watching again. Thanks for tuning in the first time while you're at work. That's really swell of you. I remember the I Love Lucy episode. I remember the I Love Lucy episode. Oh, come on, focus. Where, I don't know, she's Lucy. She's learning some etiquette on how to speak. Or no, Ricky is learning some etiquette on how to speak. But Lucy should be listening. Oh, and the neighbor was there, Estelle, I think her name was. And the husband was there. Ricky was there. And they were learning etiquette and how to speak proper English. And the guy tells them, there are two awful words in the English language. The first one is swell, and the second one is lousy. This instructor of sorts indicated that swell and lousy are awful, inappropriate slang, and should never be used in any social situation. I think that's exactly what he said. It should never be used in any social situation. Can't believe I remember that. I must have been like 5 years old when I saw that episode. But anyways, I remember it, quote, I remember things like that because I'm just that kind of guy. I remember things. Sometimes I remember too much. And I wanted to use one of those words just now. Maybe it was out of spite that the guy said I can't use those words. See, that was tough going that way at that line. You gotta warm yourself up. When you're making awkward lines. Because your muscles, unless you're very well trained and all your art muscles are intact, as Olympic athletes, muscles are intact for their amazing feats of strength, speed, agility in golf. I did that because I was thinking of golf. But it ended up looking cool. I kind of like the way the curves in there and that curved out there. It's a very nice looking curve. Let's look at that curve there. Yeah, it's still accident. But it's got such nice shape to it. I like it. Anyways, how silly. And I'm being like Peter Draws right now, which is kind of what he's fun. And he's fun to listen to. And I hope I'm fun to listen to. Not that it matters. I just want to feel good about what I'm doing. And I hope there's more people that are watching this that can enjoy. I know this is such a silly drawing. What am I doing? And as a matter of fact, I'm just drawing lines, and it really doesn't look like anything much. I want to put I either want to stop what I'm doing and talk more to the camera, or put this camera down and draw in quiet while I mumble to myself without the camera. But no, I think I'm going to keep the camera on. And see, I try not to make any lines intersect or overlap, but I want to do that. I want to make some lines overlap. I really want to just put a big treble clef in there. It's kind of how I started with this one. But you know what I'm going to do? Instead of doing that treble clef, I'm going to do a very hidden quarter rest. And I'll put a makeshift whole rest, although it's sideways at a funny angle. It could just be a hat. It could be a piece of cheese on a cutting board. That line's getting thick. Looks like the more I use this pen, the more ink wants to come out. Because I don't think I'm changing the pressure I'm putting on here. That looks like an eye. Or a creepy spider. Gave that spider a web. And I'm really sorry about holding my camera like this. It would really be better if I could hold it someplace like that. That's probably the best thing to do. But I don't know how to do that at the moment. I'm sure there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Actually, I found a way. Oh, there's a way. I'm finding the way. As I'm finding my way. Oh, I'm finding that. we have it? Not quite, do we? Oh. Nope. Nope. Of course I'm gonna do this now. Of course I'm gonna do this while I'm live streaming. Hey, this is my first live stream. Give me a break, will ya? Oh, that could have been disastrous. That could have been really disastrous for my little camera there. Well, you know what? This whole point the camera thing is just not working. Haha. Alright, one more try, and I'm going to give up on this. There we go. That's really not so bad. Huh. Should look at that. Kind of didn't expect that to work, but alrighty then. It's too bad I can't change the brightness now, because that's really way too bright. Really, really way too bright. Really, really way too bright. Just put some napkins there because I kind of left a mess that I never bothered to clean up for some reason or another. Hey, look at that. Would you look at that? I'm drawing. Hands-free now, which is a little bit nicer. Yeah. Just making lines and curves. Hmm? Mm-hmm. Contrast that hard line with the curve. Huh. Yeah, I'm drawing really slow. But you know what? I really don't mind. I really don't mind blaspheming my 100% technological YouTube channel with some despicable artwork. I don't mind whatsoever. Because things change anyways. If anything changes, it's technology. Technology can change any day, whether it's medical technology or military. These things will change without a doubt. For example, when we are considering stem cell research, I'm going to put a little clef here, 5 lines. Four lines. The 5th line is supposedly hidden behind that makeshift quad arrest, if it is in fact a quad arrest. So I was saying, things change, especially technology. Technology changes. And the example I wanted to give was how we were thinking about using stem cells to extend the longevity of our organs, or repair them, or use stem cells to some way or another manufacture new organs based on the DNA that we have in our body, so that they're perfectly accepted, so there's no rejection from the body. Although even if it's your own DNA, it's possible there could be a rejection, I think. Something foreign like that. So that's one method. But now they're looking at utilizing organs from pigs. And in order to utilize them, there's this there's this girl, she's 30 years old. She's working at, she was working with a geneticist at Harvard, I think. And they crowdfunded, I don't know how many millions, some large number, in order to do stem cell research. No, I'm sorry, in order to manipulate the DNA of pigs so that humans can use their organs. And the biggest reason we'd have to use DNA manipulation is that pigs potentially have a large amount of potential viruses that they can host in their bodies, which may not be detrimental to their longevity, but it will definitely put a dent in ours if we were to harbor pig organs. So that's a big change. Although both technologies are still being researched, nothing's final. And my point being is that there's so much research going in one direction. There was nothing preventing it from someone else trying it in a different direction, and one may come out on top. Another fine dandy example is the Blu-ray versus HD DVD. Now, HD DVD didn't fare so well. Whatever the factors were, whatever the reason was, I think it's pretty obvious. Just that Blu-ray had the upper hand. There was fewer companies willing to incorporate HD DVD. More companies were incorporating Blu-ray. More, like, for example, movie companies and electronics manufacturers. There wasn't too many companies that were making HD DVD players, I think. The only one that I really physically saw, as an HD DVD player was an Xbox 360. And I think even then, not every Xbox 360 was capable of playing HD DVDs. I think there was something you needed to download to get access to the use of HD DVDs. I think maybe Philips was in there. Then again, I don't really know. So things change. My YouTube channel is based on technology. And I really haven't changed the theme over the years. Over the years, it's just been PlayStation stuff, PlayStation 3, and modifying them, and what you could do with it. And that is fairly limited on how much content I can provide, although there are constant updates and there are changes and there's cool things that I'm able to incorporate into my videos. But I'd like to have some variety. Oh, and I'd like to say, although I haven't created too much variety on my channel, I'd like to thank all my subscribers for subscribing. Maybe that's all they really want me to do, is stick to PlayStation stuff. And I kind of feel like I do have an obligation to that type of thing. I feel like I do have a little bit of an obligation to stick to what I started, because what I started kind of got you to subscribe to me, got you to come back. But Philips did things to get people back to their company after their drop in sales with the HD DVD player. Maybe Philips is a bad example. I really haven't heard from them in a long time. What have I seen from Philips? Razors. You know, like the electric shavers. That's the only thing I've seen from Philips. Philips. Yeah. Maybe I'm just making it up. They made HD DVD players. It could have been Panasonic, or Pioneer, or Zenith, or RCA. I just named the first company that came to mind, Philips. Did Philips ever make Blu-ray players, DVD players? Not really sure. I'm lacking in curvy lines now, as I get outside. Oh, I intersected that line. Seems like this is starting to change. Let's do some intersecting lines. Although it intersected with itself, it didn't intersect with another line, so I never said I wouldn't do that. Although I never said anything. This is just a simple challenge. And the challenge is pretty easy because I make up the rules as I go. Yeah. Oh, I drew a letter. I wanted this to be a little bit more abstract, although I had something in mind I wanted to draw there. I wanted to draw a leaf of some kind. I wonder how many people are actually going to watch my live stream. In the end, like, not live. I understand if you tune in live. See what I'm doing. Why is Venitech doing a live stream? Why? He's never done one before. What madness is this? What will people watch? After the fact, is there anything of interest? I didn't plan it first, but these are now UFOs. They're UFOs in my head. Mm-hmm. 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 There are those spirits again. Sorry, Exorcist. It's in my mind. Because I can't erase that movie from my mind. It's in there permanently. There's no getting away from that. Speaking of scary movies that I've never been able to get out of my mind, I've seen It once. Once I've seen It, the movie, Stephen King. And must have been 9 years old. Also in the same night, that was the first night I watched the movie Slapshot. A hockey movie. I don't know if it was Canadian. Definitely not for kids. It's a good friggin' movie, though. Anyway, so I was thinking I was 8 or 9 years old. And I think it was my friend's birthday. It may have been his 9th or 10th birthday. And we're at his house, and his family was pretty cool. He was the youngest sibling of 4, and they were all much older. Likewise, his parents were significantly older, so they were very chill with the types of movies they let him watch. He just always used to go over there and watch crazy movies that I wouldn't be allowed to watch at home, like Bloodsport and Maximum Overdrive, shit like that. So I guess as a result of his parents rather being from an older generation, like significantly older than my parents, they were like my grandparents' age, closer to. He was likewise very knowledgeable in pop culture references. Like, really. Like, he seemed to know everything. And then, you know, this little 10-year-old kid, he's talking about all these actors I've never heard of, and all these names and celebrities and shows and movies and directors he even knew. And I remember one time we were watching some movie, some boring movie his parents were watching, and we happened to sit down and join in. And did they talk over movies? Or was that me? I think that was me. But anyways, so during the movie they were discussing like key points and actors and how they thought and just things that they could discuss about pop culture and celebrities, which I had no knowledge of. Like, oh my god, forget it. Like, I wasn't interested in actors, I wasn't interested in celebrities, I wasn't interested in really anyone outside my own developed bubble. So I thought that was very peculiar. Like, oh my god, he knows so much that I know nothing about. And it seems so significant, like this. His mom's elders like knowing these things, and they're talking, they're discussing, and I'm like, oh my god, how come I don't know any of this stuff? It seemed like something I should get to know. And I did, over time, but very slowly. So, it was, yeah, scary movie, man. So I saw that night on his birthday. Yeah. And then, what did we watch first? I think we watched it afterwards. It was getting late. It was getting dark. Anyways, so it was movie time. We put on Slapshot, which I think I saw boobies for the first time in a movie. Like real boobies. Real boobies in a movie. I was 10. And it was a movie. It's not like I haven't seen boobies before. It's not in a movie. It's like peculiar. It's like, oh my god. You put that kind of shit in movies. And at this age, you're wondering, why do they swear in movies? They should write the script better. To not be offensive. That's where my little 9-year-old mind was at. That should have went the other way. But it's good contrast. So scary movie. Oh, now I forget the scary movie that popped into my head. It. I got off on a tangent. I got it stuck in my head. I think the reason is I saw a YouTube video where they were talking about the costume and some fans' critiques about it. And so they're talking about some fans' critique about the costume because all they ever really revealed was the costume. So they had some comments about the costume, but really, if that's all you could bark back is, I don't like the costume. Well, it's not a final design, and not to mention, the costume in the old movie, it was like a judge's robe. It's like black and very. There was no figure. It was very baggy. Like the way he looked had very little to do with the fear created in the movie. He was very like the thing. It was a book. You read the book. You don't have a visual. You make your own visual. So like, if a new art director can come up with his own design of how Pennywise should look, then good. I encourage change. Now, do I encourage change always? Maybe not always, but there's a limit. I think I can consider myself to be more the conservative type. But then again, that changes with the times. Especially now, at this point in my life, I'm definitely not thinking too conservatively. Thinking more openly. And allowing a limited amount of suggestion. Because, after all, given my age, I've experienced enough to say I have an idea on how I want things to transpire. But I don't I don't want it to be exactly the same. As a matter of fact, I can't allow it to be exactly the same. At this point in time, it's a necessity to embrace some change. I suppose I've been stuck in stagnation for a long time. Long time meaning many years. Many years maybe leading to more than a decade. But not always. Throughout that decade. Who's texting me at 2:45 in the morning? Seriously, somebody's texting me at 2:45 in the morning. Alright, well, that's Montreal for you. Things are still open. I certainly hope it's a booty call. Oh. And did I get a reply? My PS3 wouldn't power on. Are you serious? Okay, I'm gonna reply. Are you... It's honestly 3 o'clock in the morning. Almost, it's 2:45 in the morning. And I have someone texting me. Are you serious? And the guy's gonna be like, yeah, man. Seriously won't turn on, man. It's like, serious. Like, serious, my PlayStation won't turn on, man. It's like serious, like 2:45 in the morning. I can't play. Oh, I spat it on my page. I spatted. Did I say spatted? See, look at those lines. They're kind of oof. They're not even real lines. Those are just kind of scuffs. So I was talking about another scary movie. What scary movie did I start off with? Because then I went off on a tangent to It and watching Bloodsport. Slapshot with my friend at his birthday in the 3rd or 4th grade. I think it was the 4th grade. I don't think I had too many friends in the 3rd grade because I just moved back up to Sudbury, Ontario. In grade 3, partway through grade 3, so I didn't have any friends that first year. Well, I did. Who was my friend? I remember my first friend was Madeline Woods in Sudbury, in it's public school in Sudbury. Oh, I don't know if that's nice of me to do a name drop like that. I didn't ask permission to do a name drop. And it's not like we're incommunicado necessarily, where I could just say, oh, mentioned you on YouTube, by the way. Because at this point, if I do catch up, it'll be a little awkward. Oh, mentioned you on YouTube. Did you? She's just a good friend. Whole family was nice, actually. Very warm people. And that's what I really liked about that city. Is people are very warm and open and welcoming. for the most part. Not like Toronto. Toronto is also very warm and opening, but it's a different type of thing, especially as you're a kid and you're growing up in these scenarios. You tend to see these things differently. So I really don't know where I'm headed with this. I'm just kind of doodling and talking at the same time. I'll take a break. Do I deserve it? No. Is there any reason to take a break? No. Oh, sorry. Seems like I went offline there for a second. Yeah, that was unintentional. Oh yeah. So what happened there? So this is my first time live streaming on my phone again. If I hadn't said already, yeah, I went to go check my messages about that guy whose PlayStation I jailbroke. He's asking. He's asking about PS3 won't turn on. I said, "Are you serious?" He didn't respond. I think he got the message. He's probably drunk. I'm tired of that trying. I'm tired of doing this. Partially because like I keep moving out and it's just like it's not what I want to do. And I look back up and I'm getting less and less creative. Just doing lines. I guess I'm not really getting less creative. It's being just as creative. It's just you didn't expect it to. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. So that's the thing. I gotta start going into it without so many expectations. Doody-doo, doody-doo, doody-doo. Okay, I gotta get used to this. Nope. That wasn't so bad. Yep, that wasn't so bad. Although I did kind of like that. There's the spirits whispering in my ear to sing. Wish I knew why it smells like pot in here. I don't want to over embellish that there. Partially because I think the hair is already going too high. All the other kids with their pumped up kicks better run, better sorry. Singing to myself. I forgot that I'm doing a live stream. I should be incommunicado with my audience. Although at the moment there's no audience. And I'm pretty much just doing this by myself. But the thing is... See, I think I mentioned that earlier. You gotta practice. Because the muscles forget how to draw the pen. How to draw the pen. That's okay. It is the bottom of the drawing. Drawing. And the rest I think I just need to do color. I did happen to lose a pen. My place got broken into. I had a couple of these pens. And this is my original one that I had lying around. French gray. Yeah. I had another one I just bought recently. It was cool gray. I like these light. This is a 10% French gray. I like these lighter ones. I only bought a couple of these lighter ones. More recently, kind of because like you can go from there. You can get darker from there. I didn't want to start with a light one. I mean a dark one, because I figured it'd be easier to go with a light one. Did I mumble out that train of thought? Because I don't remember finishing my thought. So what I said is I got the light one, so I can go up from there. So I can go darker from there, I think. Ultimately. It's fun. It's fun to play with shading. Because I'm just learning. I'm not an expert drawer or anything like that. Yeah. Well, that's it. I don't know how long I've been on for. I've been on for quite some time. I started 2 hours ago or thereabouts, it says on my YouTube channel. But it's now 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I could be doing this all night. That's partially the thing I'm interested in. It's anytime I can just click on live stream and I'm up and running live without the hassle of editing video or rearranging my environment or worrying about lighting. I kind of want to be able to be comfortable doing this on the fly. Because I am doing this myself. I do all of the editing and thinking. I do it all myself. It'd be fun if I had someone to help me out with that type of thing, mind you. It's not necessarily by choice. Okay, I suppose it is by choice. It's by choice. I have no friends. That's not true. I have lots of friends. I just not really can approach to say, hey, I want to hold my camera. I like talk at you. Don't say anything though. I don't want to see your face on the camera though. That's not true. I'd love to invite a lot of friends to do some things online with me in my channels. But not too many of them would be willing or interested to do that type of thing. I have to buy them a few drinks maybe first. Huh. Although I don't really know that. All of my friends aren't that big drinkers to begin with. I gotta slip it to them so they're loose and limber on my channel. Who else did I see? Oh yeah, what is it? Internet comment etiquette. So I watched a few of his videos, and they're good. They're well done, and I like his thinking there. It's funny how he puts his little comments together. He's really funny. Anyways, he's just another guy I've been listening to this past week. Preoccupy my time from you guys, really. And that's kind of why I want to feel more comfortable doing this type of thing. I want to be able to, I want to speak to my audience, because I have a significantly large audience. That's 1,800 subscribers. Comparatively, PewDiePie's, what, 50 some million? It's not much. But for me, it's a lot. That's a big number. It's 1,800 people has some interest to see what I have coming out next. As far as I can tell. Why else would you subscribe? So yeah, I want to feel comfortable doing this type of thing. And I'd rather spend my time creating content and than watching other people's YouTube videos, because it is good and fun. But if I really have nothing better to do, I should be making content. Anyways, it's 1 minute to 3, and I think I'm going to shut her down in about a minute. So these are my final thoughts. Last words, 40 seconds. Well, I just want to say thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, thanks for subscribing and being at all interested in what I have to say, because it really means a lot that to know that there are people out there that really do have an interest in what I do or what I say. Especially going through hard times, when you feel like there's so much weighing down on you, it's really reassuring to know that maybe on the interweb there are some netizens that want to see it for themselves, and I wouldn't want to disappoint you. And that fear of disappointment gives me the significant, or at least reasonable amount of stress to keep producing, and to feel more stress and upset if I don't produce and provide to the people who have interest in me. Because if I didn't, who else would be interested? I'd like to say my mom and dad, grandparents. I'd like to say they'd be interested. But they're not really interested. They're humoring me because they're nice and kind and gentle and supportive. But they don't really care what I do. So long as I do it, and I spend some time with them. So having this audience like you who watch what I do, regardless on what it is, it's really special. And I appreciate it, and I wanted to convey that. So, if you did happen to watch this, what did I call this video? First try at YouTube Live. Appreciate it. Must have been hard. It's probably my longest video I've ever done for YouTube. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing every minute of it. If I was on Crosstalk, we'd already be cut to a commercial break by now. So, I'll leave it there before I let it carry on too far, because I am bad at goodbyes. And if you do listen to me, say goodbye the whole time. It's probably going to take another 20 minutes. So, to save yourself the difficulty of clicking away, I'm going to make it easy on you, and I'm going to make the attempt to say goodbye. So, goodbye. Thanks for watching. And one more time. Goodbye.